you have CI/CD. Those are like the two biggest problems, I don't know, 12, 15, 20 years ago, something like that.
Absolutely.
Now at Linear B, we have a nice luxury, let's say. We get to analyze millions of PRs in our Linear B labs. This is an area that you're more familiar with. So like, what are you seeing with the data there? Because basically there's a new pain, a new greatest pain.
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think we kind of already started talking about this research, but basically, like you're saying, we are seeing a large portion of data. Close to millions of pull requests were analyzed by our data team. And the results of, we got to take a step back and said, okay, what is the thing that we were measuring? We're looking at cycle time or lead time for changes. If you look at the official DORA definition, it's basically the time it takes from when code is being committed until it's in production. And on average, what we saw, it's a 7-day process. Again, if you round the numbers up. And within those 7 days, what surprised us is 5 days are in the process of getting your code approved, noticed first, and then approved, all the review cycles until it's merged. Yeah. Of course, a lot of this time is idle, and idle doesn't mean perfect because there's a lot of context switches in this idle time. But 5 days between those 7 days, it's all about like getting my code merged and getting my code approved. So we're saying to ourselves, wait, so everybody's optimizing the deployment part, which is kind of like, it's not perfect. Not everybody is still perfect at DevOps, but it's kind of like being solved right now. Nobody is talking about this big problem of, hey, can somebody help me with these 5 days and make it shorter and less context switches and less pain and less toil? Yeah. So that's what we're discovering there.
You know what's surprising to me? Actually, shout out to the engineering community. I thought, and of course it depends on, which organization you're at, but like a majority, like the CD is looking pretty good. The coding time and cycle time looking pretty good. I was like a little bit shocked at first. Now I've seen the data for a long time, but it's really like 5 days out of the time, or what is it, like 50% of the time at least is in this area of really, I just want to get my code merged and I can't. Were you surprised by it?
We were surprised, and it's even more than 50% in most of the organizations. Definitely surprised. We can probably open up the conversation and talk about the factors. A lot of businesses like the pandemic changed their work habits, and people can't like tap on the shoulder, hey, can you help me anymore? It's more like
yeah, that's true.
Hybrid kind of situation. The problem even got a little bit more severe in the last couple of days. Definitely we were surprised. And yeah, we think it's the most overlooked problem. If you can take like a broader look in the dev enablement, in the dev experience.